Yeah, I think we can. If she agrees, she can be a research subject for us. Yeah, but she's her remarkable power of grasping things and how she interacted with her AI engineers, and sometimes very provocative too, was I think is an indication of. We can clearly see why she achieved so much. So, Julia, how did you start your journey to start this organization?
I thank you for those kind words. It rather makes me feel a little nervous because now I'm supposed to be brilliant, and I swear to you I'm not. I think, and you have people around you that are able to listen and join in. They're able to help you, and I'm only as good as the people who help me. And across the world, that's the truth. Across the world, I work with 140 nations. They vary. Some fall out for whatever reasons for that year. Everything gets better and they come back in. The one thing we've learned together is to be honest and to face things as we go along. And that does apply to social needs, but also human needs. When a mother is very hungry and hasn't received help, for whatever reason, she shouldn't be in that position. We try, we're not big, we're not clever in that sense, but we've got each other as an organization, as license holders, we all care. And what happens is we pass it amongst ourselves, how can we help? And in so doing, it's amazing the difference. We had a problem, many situations have occurred in countries where children can be really kept out of school because of lots of unpleasant things happening. A lot of people live in dirt huts, and that's their home, and so therefore they're inclined to collect all kinds of situations occurring with them. And one particular problem was the jiggers. Have you heard of jiggers? No, nobody has. I have. And it's a horrible thing. It gets into the skin, and children can't go to school, can't get their shoes on. They can't get shoes on, and they're in a hell of a mess, which obviously depresses mum, who's already in a difficult situation. Everything gets sad. Now, the simple reasoning, we talked together. I spoke to a friend of mine, a doctor, and said, what can we do? It's called jiggers. I think it's just a local. I'm sure there's a really good medical name for it, but we knew it as jiggers. So what we did, they said, well, you need a very simple thing which we can buy, and it's so cheap, except there it was a bit expensive. So what we did was purchase this very cheap medicine, if you like, liquid. We placed their feet in the liquid, and we watched these little things float up. And altogether, it absolutely cured all of them. And they all went back to their schools and their relative areas. And the whole idea is that if you look at everybody, if you can communicate, I think the most important thing about life and about medicine and everyone is education. If you can communicate, you have the most beautiful opportunity to learn from each other. I think one of the things we can do is not be too smart, but to listen. So many times we feel that people don't listen.
Yeah.
And when you listen, you learn, and you feel what someone is saying. If they don't express themselves as well, if they irritate you, try to be patient, try to take a step back and look at them. Do they really want to be that way? Are they just a pain in the ass? Are they just a pain? But everyone has something that's special about them, irrespective of whether they haven't realised it. So for me, I like to think I've got brilliant doctors around me, like you, sirs, that have so impressed me. But I also think we've got people that support us and you, and wherever we can, we fundraise. If it's to buy incubators or buy a life. Many years ago, we used to send all our children from Central and South America into America, because all the American states would give me free operations on their hearts. But that's gone by now. In another 15 years ago, they were doing that. Now a lot of people are doing their own surgery.
Yeah.
The fact is we're all so quick to judge. And if we give each other a chance and keep humour and kindness, however clever you are, or however poor you are, we have everything that we're all similar. We all have feelings. And if you can respect the feelings of everybody, I think being a real heavy loaded doctor with lots of problems, or someone who's looking for food, or to take a jigger out of your foot, we're just human. We're nothing more special or less special. And I think we're so benefited by people such as yourselves that give us the opportunity to listen and learn from you, even if I'll never be a good AIG doctor. I just think these things help each other to pass the message along.
No, but actually I get it. The last 1 hour I had conversation with you. My impression of Miss World is totally, I was thinking of Miss World, all this glamour. They say beauty with brains and all. But what this is, compassion is something that you've been the last 1 hour is just compassion. So it's, I think, a very important message for all the doctors here, nurses here, that you're just talking about compassion, which means that there's so much compassion in you. And of course, this doesn't come into open in a Miss World competition. You never think of compassion as you just is beauty, brains, and so on. But I think you should add compassion as another factor, because I find you so compassionate all the time, thinking about children in these countries, what to do for them, which is another new dimension that I'm finding.
I think that it's also young doctors who have really very little money in some of the countries.
Yeah.
They have very little. They sometimes come to visit, but they will always help us later. And as you know, I'm 82 now, 83, 84, I think. I can't remember.
I didn't want to tell your age, but you're telling them.
No, age is endless, age is nothing.
But to me, you're 50.
Well, no, but I'm honoured to have my age. What I'm honoured to do is work with young people and to make us all feel we can communicate. No one's more important than each other, and we can do it with love and laughter. but we have to be serious when the
Yes.
time comes. So I can be a fighter, but I can also cuddle you and have you at home and put your feet up and relax. I think all of us are human, and if we keep the human factor in anything we're doing, whether we're in big business or whether we're sitting at home, try if we can to have kindness and compassion, respect.
Yes.
To me, the greatest love is the greatest respect, and I do
Thank
say
you. Thank
I
you. I think
respect
this
you. Thank you.
compassionate is a very important word that
Yes.
that's what we learned from you. Opal, you've been, I think, crowned how many months back now?
Half a year.
Half a year. So
I
what
know
has been
time
your journey in
flies.
this half a year? You want to tell people how this journey has influenced you?
In so many ways. I can't believe I'm actually running towards halfway of my reign. We've been doing so many things around the world, and there is so much more to it. But I think one of the very big things that I have learned, as we had a conversation on the table at lunch, is um, acting like a bridge for so many groups of people, whether it be breast cancer patients, children, doctors, ministers, in sharing not only love, compassion, and hope and strength for us to work for the community, but also information, knowledge, something for people to know how they can assist, how they can help each other. And what I've learned most is just the value of restoring the hopes and dreams for people, especially children and women, because working in the breast cancer field, I see a lot of women lost their opportunities to follow their dreams, to do what they want in life because they put their family first, because they just work so hard trying to create their own space in this world. So it feels amazing to be able to give it back to them because they deserve it.
How did your life change? See, of course, you're known in Thailand before, so now all over the world you're known. And wherever you go, people recognize you as that's Miss World. So how did it change? You felt more claustrophobic, or you felt that there were too many selfies, people coming and asking you selfies and things like that?
Well, because I was in the pageant industry for quite a few years,
so
I
you're
was
used-
quite used to people asking for pictures. But what I feel that made a lot of difference in my life is that I have so many friends now around the world. I always say this since the Miss World Festival, that it's so special how we joined the festival, and then just right after we have one friend at least from every single corner of the world, and that made so much difference in my life because I feel more connected and I see more opportunities of me being able to reach their people as well.
And carrying that heavy crown, not heavy.
Not happy because I love
For
carrying it.
information about this is a crown made by a royal jeweler in London who makes all the queen's crowns, and this is a fantastic. I think in the light it shines. Maybe switch on the light later, which
Yes.
people will see exactly. Yeah. So you have to be very careful with this because it's one of the most precious crowns in the world. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. And Sudha, you've been. You're one of the rare icons. I think you are somebody whom young girls want to follow. That with all this wealth, in spite of that, what your main passion is giving back to the society. I think the philanthropy that you have done is phenomenal. And for example, the run you organized today for breast cancer has gotten so much awareness. So how did how did you change? You came, I know, from Guntur. You are originally from Guntur. And,
Vijayawada, sir,
yeah.
Vijayawada.
And I heard that also you joined medical school. You didn't want to become a doctor. You got a little. Yeah. So how did the journey start?
So, coming to my childhood, as I said you already,
Yeah.
I want to be a doctor
Yeah.
and serve the people. I thought that's the right profession.
Yeah.
But after going for classes for just 2-3 months, I realized it's not a profession, it is a lifelong commitment. So, I thought I'm not suitable for
So
this.
Sudha also is part of us. She did little medicine, so it's part.
Not just 3 months. So what I learned is not medicine. I realized it's a lifelong commitment, so better step out of that. So whenever I see doctors, I'll have a lot of respect for them, whether it's a junior doctor or senior doctor, because I can understand what they have gone through, how much they have compromised in their life. to serve the patients, and it's not easy to be like that. So that is one aspect. At a time, and coming to my philanthropy, it is like serving people. I think our life is meaningless if you are not useful at least to one single person. So in that way, if I consider I am blessed that I can serve to hundreds of people or thousands of people, I am blessed to serve for them. So that's what motivates me. I feel every person who is capable should serve to the people who is around them up to their capacity. It need not it be big like a pink powder or something else. Even a small gesture, that would be a great satisfaction. I feel so. So that's what turned me to be into a charity or philanthropy and do it as a continuous basis. And also, what motivates me about even these girls, as you said, they are not just a superficial beauty,
Yeah.
not just with a brain. They all live for a purpose. They carry on a lot of important projects, helping their people in their states and their countries, right from Opal to every beauty queen here. Even our Nandini, they all have huge projects in their places where they are serving to their communities to their capacity. They're raising funds and serving to their communities, which is a great thing. I know Julia is their inspiration, and even I drew inspiration from people like Julia. And as I know, I came to Hyderabad 26 years back.
26.
26 years back. From the day I came, I heard about you that, okay, Nageshwar Reddy garu, any gut issues or intestine issues, he is one of the top doctor in India. That's the thing I keep listening about you. And now I listen that you work 16 to 18 hours every day. Even at this age, even you have grown so big now, you have no need to actually. But still, I think that gives you that satisfaction in serving the people. I think after a certain point of
Yeah.
time, it's not about money or something else. It's the self satisfaction that gives you. So, from all the people, elders like you, we learn. And I think from us, these young girls will learn
Yeah.
more.
No, I think that's a very important message Mrs. Sudha Reddy is giving us. That is not money, it's not power, it's not influence that's important, but your ability to impact society that's very important. Even if you can influence one person, that makes a difference. And now, of course, you influence thousands of people. I think that is more impactful than all these other things. That's a very important message that you give us. Thank you. I think we also keep it open for any.
I want to ask you one question, sir, if you don't mind. We know all our success stories because any gut issues, intestine issues, he's a very top doctor across the world. So, do you have any case that you failed and you learned something
Yeah.
new lesson from the case? Yes, do you?
That's a tough.
Of course, it's a little
No, I
controversial
think,
and tough.
no, no, I think there's this important question also that we have many failures as we are going. Of course, experiences teaches us how to come across. Every single failure, I think, is very important for us because this failure is the reason for the next success. So we learn from every failure. We as doctors, there are many important doctors here, cardiologists, pulmonologists, cancer specialists, everybody is here. All of them go through the same process. All of us have very difficult cases. Sometimes this can't be solved. But the worst is when we do something which is according to the textbook right, but doesn't work and the patient succumbs. That gives us a lot of, sadness. And I think one of the most difficult thing about a doctor's profession is that we try to do our best, but unfortunately, only a certain percentage we succeed, in a certain percentage we fail. And these failures keep haunting us, driving us. The only important thing is to take these failures to improve on them and learn from them. So it's very important that we learn from our mistakes. So I've had many, many mistakes and I keep learning from them all the time.
Thank you so much. It's good to know.
So I think anybody, I think there are a lot of people here who if you want to ask some questions also, this is the only opportunity you will have because we have some very accomplished people here.